Hey again, Jacob Perry back with you for another episode in our little vlog series about Patagonia, about honey, about beekeeping, and about our honeys with Patagonia bee products. So check it out. Today I wanted to talk to you about the purity of our honey. This is something that I've talked about before, but I want to talk specifically what we know about the purity of our honey, why that's important, and why what we actually measure for. So I'm going to show you some of the stuff that our honey's been tested for, so that we know with certainty how pure our honey is. A lot of honeys will claim to be this, claim to be that, 100% honey, pure clover honey, whatever it is. But a lot of them, in fact, most of them are not tested for pesticides, not tested for GMOs. They're not even necessarily tested for their pollen content. So you don't know what percent they are of that floral variety. So we actually test for all of that. So I'm going to show you today what that is, but I'm going to talk about it a little bit first. So like I mentioned in previous episodes, we send our honey to labs, right? Our beekeepers send them to labs to the Pontifical Catholic University in Chile, in Santiago, Chile, the capital of Chile. And that's where they do lab analyses for pollen content. And that's how they know what the actual floral source is, right? So they can see that, 86% of the pollen found in this honey was from the ulmo flower. So then they know it's an ulmo honey, a very, very high percent, and ours are typically above 85%. The other thing they test for, they want to know if there are any neonicotinoids, which is a kind of a new family of pesticides that are being used, and that stuff is often found in honey around the world, especially in the United States. GMOs, those are also things that are found in honey because bees are going to plants that have been sprayed with pesticides, that have been that have influence from GMOs, genetically modified organisms, right? So we test for these actually, and I'm going to show you today what that looks like. So I'm going to flip this camera around. So you can see here, this is the document that we got back from the Pontifical University in Chile, and these are beekeepers here, all along here. They're different beekeepers, the date of harvest, right? We have the different honeys, and these are all in Spanish, but you can see monofloral nativa de ulmo, for example. The monofloral ulmo, you have alfalfa chilota, which is our rainforest honey. We have tineo, and a couple bifloral honeys. Right over here, we get into they're tested for their antimicrobial activity against, I believe this is strep, this is staph, this is E. coli, and this is another bacteria that causes diseases and whatnot. So they're very high in antimicrobial, antibacterial activities. HMF content right here, that is basically an indicator of honey quality. So that's like the decomposition of the fructose, and that will go. They know that happens naturally in honey, but that happens faster when the honey has been heated. And so that's kind of an indicator of whether the honey has been stored in high heat or been pasteurized. And the European standard, which are some of the highest standards in the world, the European standard is that it can't be above 40 micrograms per kilogram, and milligrams, per kilogram. And all of ours, as you can see, the highest one is 9. A lot of them are 6, 7. Highest one is 9. And 40 is the highest for the European standard. So very, very low. So that means high quality, very high quality honey. Now we got GMO, whether there's a presence of GMOs. You can see that every single one of them is absence. No GMOs in any of the honey. Yeah. Next one, neonicotinoids. That's the pesticide I talked about, and it's testing for presence of those. Again, you can see every single honey harvested and sourced is absent. And then finally, we have the color. These are all light amber honeys. So I wanted to share that with you. That is, put this camera back down. That's the transparency I want to share with you guys, because I think this is how the honey industry should be run, right? We should know what's in our honey. We should know what's in our food. And this is something that's an ongoing battle around the world to know what it is that we're consuming. And so I wanted to share that with you. This is the document that I received from my beekeepers. So now you have it. And this shows that we have very high quality honey that hasn't been heated, that has not been sourced with pesticides in it, that doesn't have GMOs. So this is very pure, very, very healthy honey with high antimicrobial, antibacterial properties. So that's the episode for today. Please let me know what you guys think. Any comments, concerns, questions, insults, throw them my way. I'd be happy to respond to them. Thanks again. Checking out. See you guys next time.